Stampin' Friends, I hope you're doing well today. I have a card to show you using the Accented Blooms set. I don't know if you remember it. It's the one with this cute little floral design and these nice punch-out sentiments. So this card is made a little different than normal. I'm sure you've seen this technique where you stamp in white craft on crumb cake cardstock, and then you use a heat tool to dry the white crafting. There's our crafting to show you that. That's what it looks like. And then you color with the watercolor crayons. Now I tried to color as dark as I could just to get it really intense. Some people like to color and have shading on there, but I was going for like a pop of color. So the colors I used are, my basis is Melon Mambo, then of course Pumpkin Pie. So the Pumpkin Pie is here and the Melon Mambo is here. I used the Flirty Flamingo centers for those flowers. This is Calypso Coral on these flowers, and then this is of course Daffodil Delight, and then Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, and Old Olive as my leaves. To make this card, it's a little bit different in shape because you'll notice it opens like this. So I created just a couple of pieces. It's a quick, don't get intimidated. Of course, this piece of cardstock is the base, but it's just kind of as if you were doing a card front for not a complete card. It is actually 5.5 by 4 1/4. But in order to get this layer that I want, that is basically like a card front layer, which would be 4 by 5 1/4, I've cut my paper to 5 1/4 by 8. I cut off a full 1/2 inch because I want it to be smaller here. So then the next thing I had done, this layer then of course is 5 by 3 3/4. So I'm just gonna kind of mount that on here. I've already put my adhesive on it. Whoops, I like it to be a little not far that way. And then my goal here is to create a flap that comes around and holds this down. So I want to line this up here and then try to get it as straight as I can, eyeballing it. If it looks straight, it's gonna be fine because that's all anyone's gonna do. And I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm just gonna cut it off the back because I don't need all that extra weight on there. Then I'm going to take some snail and run it just on the back. Then make sure it's still where I want it to be. Then squish it down. And then here I'm going to do basically the same thing. The only difference is on this I'm going to put tear tape because I don't want to take a chance on it coming loose at all. So I'm just going to put that right here in the center. And then pull that off. And I want to make sure that it doesn't, if you get it too far this way, you can always just scooch it with your fingernail like that and just scooch it back a little bit. Hope you can see that. Then you want to line it up here on the top, get it inside the diamond that is stamped on the card. What I'm talking about is here, where the diamond is stamped around the card. And then attach that there. So then you've got this part taken care of. So all you have to do now, I'm using a lot on this because this is the heavy part of the card. And then line it up here. There we go. And I think it's surprising how quickly you can make a little card with a flap like this. And it's just kind of a surprising look. It's not super exciting. Oh, I forgot one thing. You'll notice this card has some cute little rhinestones from the Holiday Rhinestones, Holiday Rhinestone Jewels. They're in the holiday catalog. I believe it's page 56, but anyways, it's a ways back in the catalog. And it comes in Night of Navy. I think they may call it Coastal Cabana, but to me this is Pool Party. Then what looks like to me like Garden Green, Cherry Cobbler, and then this is the Pretty Pumpkin Pie for this one. If you should happen to think that they look a little bit light, then you can always just use your Stampin' Blend to darken it a little bit. So I'm using the largest ones on my card corners, just to kind of finish it off and so that there's just a little something to look at up in this top corner. So that's the finished card, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.